Hello everyone, welcome back to more Tametsi. Today we're doing puzzle number 86, Venn diagram. Indeed, that is what this resembles. It's all colors, how nice. So I guess we'll start on a 0 column and see where the winds take us. I don't see any other zeros. There's a 1. This is 7? But there's like 10 in 10 spaces in the column, so it's not solving anything. But there's plenty here already, right? The 3 next to the 1, we need both of these and not this. This 1 by this 2, I assume, propagates somehow all the way to that 1. So you have 1 here, therefore 1 here, therefore 1 here, here, and so on through all these 2s until we get, whoops, 1 here. Well, that's not useful. It doesn't propagate. We just get the same clue we already had. Oh, but I bet that's how many mines was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's these 2 columns. So the remaining 2 spaces in this column can't be mines. Wait. Also, this is exactly what I wanted. I just looked at it and didn't realize it. Right? This 1 is satisfied. It needs both of these 2. So that was 2 different ways to arrive at the same conclusion. Both of these are safe. 2 needs a mine. It needs both of its neighbors' mines. This is a 0. 1 with 1 neighbor, 0. 2 with 2 neighbors, again, a 0 here. 1 with 1 neighbor, 0. We're going pretty fast here. Let's see, this 1 is finished. One of these 2 has to be a mine for the 2, so this is the other mine, and the rest of the column is clear. This 1 has only 1 neighbor. That's a 0 now. This 1 and yeah, okay. Now we can't go this way because this 1 is divided. We should be able to go all the way from this 2 up to these 1s, right? 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, therefore none here. And this 3 is done now. We get a 0. This 1 has 1 neighbor, this is a 0. This 3 has 3 neighbors, that's a 0 now. 2 with 2 neighbors. This is a 0 over here. This 2 is now finishing the column. So we get this stuff. Oh, fuck, it isn't. There's 3. Once again, I don't know, man. Colors are... I'm just so not used to them being valid spaces. And I was like, oh, there's only 2 C's. There you go. But no, this A could be 1. So that's just dumb. I bet we're meant to do C count now. We know one of these 2 C's. We know one of these 2 C's. That's 2. And then we only have 4. Oh, this 1 only has 1 neighbor. Yeah, I don't think I can actually nail these down. I have 1, 2, and at least one of these to finish the column, I guess. But that means at most one of these 3. So I can't actually solve that immediately. Oh, there's a 0 column now. How nice. Now this 1's finished. Ah, and this 1, I just realized, has also narrowed things down, right? Now we can use the C clues. There's 1 C here, 1 C here, 1 C here, and at least 1 in these 2 spaces, therefore exactly 1 to make the 4th C. So the last one in this space must be that A that I accidentally clicked earlier, and this isn't a mine. Now this 1 has only 1 neighbor, and we've got a 0. That's a 0 with no neighbors, or no mine. All the zeros are clickable. These 2s need their neighboring mines revealed. This is a 1, so we can reveal this 0, 0 here. Yes, this column has at least one mine for this 2, so the other one's here, and the rest of the row is safe. That's a 0, so I can click on it. This 2 has 2 neighbors, and the 0 lets me in here. I'm not sure I can do anything with these 3s next to 2s, but I guess I can try, right? No, there's just nothing to do. But we may be able to do this column. There's 1 here, at least 1 here, and at least 1 here. So this space is safe. And furthermore, now that we know there's exactly 1 in both of these columns, the 3's other sides must be completely full. And we get a 0. 2 with 2 neighbors. This 1 by this 2, there's at least 1 here to satisfy this 2, so the other mine's here, and this isn't 1. This 0 column gives me here. This is a 2. And we have a 0, and we've got these 1s, and this 3. It's all going very nicely now. There's 2 in this column. One of them is here, one of them is here. So the other one, there can't be 1 here, and that resolves that side. Now I can do this column. There's 1 here, and 1 in this area, which must be touching both of these 1s. That can only be here. This 2's done, and we have a 0 here. Get out of here. That's a mine. This is a 0. This 2 and this 1 column. Again, we have a mine here and none in the rest of this column. And a 0. So we're making very, like, I don't know. Everything has seemed very easy in this puzzle, aside from the one mistake I made of thinking that A's couldn't be mines for no obvious reason. It's all been kind of like revealing itself in the same ways as everything else, right? As soon as you get stuck somewhere, there's like a column clue that just tells you what to do. So that's kind of cool. At the moment, though, there's actually nothing that exciting going on, I think. I think we're meant to look at the column clues, but there's not a totally obvious way to do it. So maybe we're meant to combine these 2 columns, right? So there's 1 of them here. 2 of them are here. Exactly, right? And 1 of them is here. So that doesn't really help, huh? Well, maybe it's better actually to say there's 1 of these 2. No, I guess it's the same. Right, we've found exactly 5 in this double column. And that means that there's exactly 1 of here and here. But I can't really do anything with that. And total mine counts are not useful because we already have column counts telling us the same thing. I mean, we have at least 1 of these 2, right? But that's very, very little information in a 3 column. Okay, so it's probably some at most at least stuff along this column, right? This 2 is next to this 1, so it has at most 1 here. Therefore, at least 1 here, which means at most 1 here, which means this has to be a mine. And we can take it in the other way, making these into exactsies now, right? 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. None next to this 1 otherwise. This 3 is interesting because there's only 4 in the column now. Ah, yes, look at this. This 2 and this 2 have a troublesome overlap, but they do have enough to be useful in a kind of cool way. Right? Like, we can't say there's definitely a mine here or definitely a mine here. But what we can say is, look at what spaces does this 2 have mines in? In particular, since there's at most 1 here, because it's only 1 space, there's at least 1 here. Oh, that doesn't help, does it? I thought it did. Yeah, it does. Because if there's at least 1 here, there's at most 1 in these 2, right? To satisfy this 2. Which means the other 2 spaces in this have to be mines to satisfy the column. And we have zeros to work with again. This 1 gives us the whole column and more zeros. And we should have something symmetrical from this, right? We had at least 1 here, and it's allowed us to put a mine there, and now exactly 1 here, which means this is the second mine for this too. And once again, a 0. I should be able to do something here, right? What is it? Yes, it's this 2 across from this 1. There's exactly 1 here, so this is the 2's second mine. Now we have a couple zeros pointing us here. There's only 1 here. It has to touch all of them, so it's in the middle. There are 2 mines in this column. One of them's here, and one of them's here. So these 2 are safe. Ah, and now this 1 can be clicked, or can have its mine revealed. And this... what do I do with that 2 exactly? I think I'm going to be proving... yeah, this isn't a mine. Because in this area, in these 2 columns combined, we have 3 mines. 2 of them are here. 1 of them is here, so none of them are here. And now we can say all 3 of the mines are in fact adjacent to this area. So, right, all 3 of them are here, so none of them are here or here. And now we get a 1 and a 1, 0 goes there, done. So, all right, an embarrassing mistake down here, but overall I thought I did very well on this puzzle. Just like, right, I did all the logic well. I did basic, kindergarten stuff like recognizing when colors and letters are different from each other quite badly. But what can you do? I didn't go to college to recognize colors and numbers and shapes. Anyway, I guess we're done here with number 86, Venn diagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.